Narelle, most pet parents assume that their pet's food has everything they need in it, but how it's made can actually impact on the nutritional benefits, can't it?
Absolutely. It can make a big difference, Lara, especially when high heat is involved. So if we consider some common pet food processes like extrusion, which is how most kibble is made, and canning, they both use very high temperatures and pressure, and I'm talking like well over 100 degrees Celsius, and this leads to significant losses in our heat-sensitive vitamins.
So often, though, they will add those vitamins back in, but it's not quite the same, is it?
Look, they do, but they're usually synthetic forms which don't work the same way in the body as nutrients from whole food sources. And over time, it can actually lead to imbalances, particularly in pets with underlying health issues and higher nutritional needs. And then there's always that risk that too much or too little of a synthetic nutrient can be added in during processing, which can cause toxicity or deficiency with our pets.
What about proteins then and the whole heat processing?
Well, cooking changes the structure of proteins and it can reduce the availability of some pretty important amino acids like lysine. And then when carbohydrates and proteins are cooked together at high temperatures, it forms what's called advanced glycation end products and compounds like acrylamide, which we know increase inflammation and are linked to disease.
Now, I know a lot of pet parents then, they cook their own meals. They might have a bit of mince, veggies, chicken and rice maybe, or some pasta, but none of that is nutritionally robust for our pets, is it?
Look, I totally get the intention because we're all trying to do better by our pets. Unfortunately, those types of diets, such as chicken, rice and veg, they're not nutritionally complete and balanced, and they will be lacking several key nutrients such as, calcium, iodine, zinc, vitamin D, vitamin E, and this can absolutely lead to long-term health issues, particularly in our growing puppies and pregnant dogs.
Okay, so you think you're doing the right thing, but it might just not be. But then, of course, we've got this big market now that's coming out of lightly cooked meals and rolls. What's your take on that?
Well, the lightly cooked diets, they're a great middle ground and they're certainly a better option than the ultra-processed dry foods, particularly if they have been formulated to be nutritionally complete and balanced. But even gentle cooking, it will still lead to some nutrient loss.
And then we've got raw, of course, which we're advocates for. So how does that compare to it all?
Well, the beauty of raw food is that it avoids high heat processing altogether. So more of those natural nutrients will remain intact. This means greater bioavailability for most nutrients, less nutrient degradation, less need for synthetic nutrients, and ultimately greater support for things like gut and immune health and long-term vitality. So it's really about feeding the body what it was designed to eat: fresh, whole foods, minimally processed and properly balanced.
Oh, thanks, Narelle. It's not just then what's in the food, it's how it's processed as well. So if you'd like to find out about the Big Dog Raw Food Diet, visit their website. Thanks for clearing all of that up for us tonight.
Thank you.